Alright, so problem 23, we got M&M's. The Master Food Company says the introduction of purple. Before the introduction of purple, yellow candies made up 20%, red another 20%, orange, blue, and green each made up 10%, and the rest were brown. So then we got to answer these questions. So here's what we know. Okay, so we're 20% yellow, 20% red, orange, blue, and green are each 10%. So if you add those up, that's 70%. So 30% have to be brown. Okay. So, and they haven't introduced purple. This is before purple is in, so we don't have to worry about purple. So, question A1. What's the probability it's brown? Well, that's 30%. That's the probability of brown. Okay, B says that it is yellow or orange. So probability of yellow or orange. Well, these are mutually exclusive. They cannot be both yellow and orange, so we just add. So the probability of yellow is 20% and the probability of orange is 10%. So we do 0.2 plus 0.1 is 0.3. So that would be 30%. Okay. Number 3, it is not green. Okay, so see the probability of not green. The probability it's not green, okay, is you could either add up all the colors that are not green, or you could do 1 minus the probability of it being green. Well, either way, it's 90%. So the probability it's not green is 0.9. Okay, and then D says probability it's striped. Okay, well, the probability it's striped, there is no stripe, so that's easy, 0. Okay, so that's question 1. Okay, so those are well, question 1. Now let's go to question 2. So now what we're doing, if we're going to pick 3 M&Ms in a row, okay, what is the probability of that? Okay, they are all brown. Okay, well, imagine this is a huge pile. If you had a small pile, then the probabilities would change. But just assume that these are independent. Okay, so so that they're all brown. So let's go. Probability of brown is 30%. So the probability of brown and brown and brown, and assuming that they're chosen at random, we do 0.3 times 0.3 times 0.3, and you get 0.027. Okay, so that's 2A. B, the third one is the first one that's red. Okay, the third one is the first one that's red. So let's think about this. You're going to pick 3 M&Ms in a row. So the third one is the first one that is red. So the third one is red. So what are the first 2 then? Well, they're not red. The probability of not red and not red. So those are both not red. So not red and not red and red. Okay, well, the probability of an M&M being red is 20%. The probability of it not being red is 80%. So it's 0.8 times 0.8 times the probability it's red is 0.2. So if you do that out, you get 0.128. Okay, and then C, none are yellow. Okay, so we got 3 M&Ms. Probability of it being yellow is 80%. So our 3 M&Ms are not yellow, not yellow, and not yellow. And the probability of being yellow is 20%, so the probability of not being yellow is 80%. And if we do those out, we get 0.512. And then D. Okay. At least one is green. Okay, well, how do we always do at least 1 equals 1 minus the probability of none? Okay, so we're going to do 1 minus the probability of not green and not green and not green. Well, how do we do that? Well, the probability of something being green, one of these being green, is 10%. So it's 0.10 times 0.10 times 0.10, or 0.10 cubed. So 1 minus 0.10 cubed, I'm sorry, 0.9, not 0.10, it's 0.9. Probability it is green is 0.10, the probability it is not green is 0.9. So 1 minus 0.9 cubed, and what we wind up with there is 0.271.